Hi, I'm Mr. Dawson. I am the theater director here at Madrano Junior High, and this is.
I am Ty Mansfield, and I am the assistant director this year for theater.
We got an assistant director, y'all. Woo! Uh, so we're obviously talking to you because your kids are interested in theater or already have joined and been cast in our lovely play, Rest in Peace. Now, this is our UIL one act play, and we actually take this show on the road. Okay, we go to competition. The thing is, they have not released those dates yet. So we do not have the dates for UIL competition where the kids will need a permission slip to go off campus. Okay, we're here to talk to you about all those dates that we have, including rehearsals. Yes.
Yes.
So with the UIL play, we don't have those dates, but we will be getting them to you as soon as possible. Now, when it comes to the school performance, I have chosen November 16th, which is a Wednesday, at 5 p.m. So that way, parents, friends, family can come out and see their children, right, in a play and have a night of theater. Dress up, put your best clothes on, your Sunday best, whatever it may be, and
Be
come on.
fancy.
Yes, and if you don't have anything fancy, come dressed as you are. We will accept you and we love you.
Yes, of course.
Right.
And then the next day that we will perform here at school is November 18th, and that is a Friday.
Yes.
But that will not be in the evening. It will be at the end of the school day.
School day, yes.
Okay.
So we'll shoot, it'll be either the fourth period or eighth period, depending on the day. But it's the last period of the day, yes, and that is during school. So that's what, roughly after 2:10, we'll usually start about 2:45 or so.
Okay. Yeah.
Having the kids come down. So
Yeah.
there's that whole logistic thing that you don't have to worry about. But those are the dates, okay?
Yes.
We will be having a cast party on November 17th. In between that, for the kiddos, cast party is basically celebrating. We did a performance. Oh my God, they saw us. Look at us.
Right.
We did the thing, right?
So we can celebrate our work and the work that the kids are doing,
Yes.
so they can have a good time together too and be proud of what they're putting together.
Very much
Because
so.
it's a lot of work on them, so we want them to be proud of what they're doing.
And they put in the time.
Yes,
Thank you so
definitely.
much for allowing them to put in the time.
That's
Yes.
true.
So
What else?
we have schedule. Yes. What we usually do is we usually send it out a month in advance. Right now we're in September. We sent this home out to parents. We also gave you notes over those. Now we can get this translated in Spanish and put it inside of their Google Classroom, so that way you can see that as well if you need that translated. But we'll have that, and we ask that when we send out the blank schedule, that you tell us dates for your kiddo if they're going to be out. Like, I have braces, so I understand if a kid needs to go to an orthodontist appointment or they have a doctor's appointment for diabetes, whatever it may be. So we're understanding. We just ask that you communicate with us and help the kids learn that process. The other thing that we would have is holiday co-stars, where we work with the
Yes.
band and dance. We'll be doing that at the end of the semester when the band and dance put on their shows. They'll either be MCs or working crew in house. Yes, so they'll be able to help out and get more access to theater and theater roles. We have a teacher talent show coming up, but they'll be working
That's
as well,
true.
but that is during school. So, if you want to come out, all right, that's great. Yeah. Communication. We talked about the month ahead.
Yeah. But let us know if you know in advance that, oh, I thought they were going to be available that Tuesday, but something last minute came up. Just please email us or text us or have them communicate to us, just so we know who's going to be here, who's not, so we can prepare what we do after school.
Right, because
Right.
we have the names, we have the information for you here.
Yes. Our emails.
Boom. For you, so that way you can keep in contact with us. And if not, also have the kids contact us, whether it be here on campus or in the Google Classroom. Those are going to be the ways that we try to communicate. Yes.
Sure.
Let's see here. Bonding and content and
Research.
Research days. Yes, those are
It's your
typically
handwriting.
it's my handwriting, and I can't see over. We usually do those on Fridays. Those days are what we try to give the kids access to other things that we're using to pull the best out of the show and pull the best out of them, so that way they have something to go on. Sometimes we'll make references and they don't understand or they don't know, like insurance today.
Exactly.
We didn't
Today
know.
we talked about insurance, which is a
Mhm.
part of our play. And, we wanted to make sure that they knew what insurance is and
Right.
how it works and why is it being mentioned in this play.
And why we're asking them
Right.
to play it a certain way.
Exactly. So
Mhm.
sometimes we use a Friday to watch a show and say, oh, you see how this character speaks or how they're dressed or how they carry themselves, right?
Yeah.
So this is we want something similar. So
Yeah.
try that, right? So we sometimes that's a little more fun and a little more relaxed than rehearsal and
Right.
and running lines and go back and forth and back and forth. So we usually do those on Fridays.
And it builds bonding experiences. It makes those memories that want them to. It allows them and makes them want to come back to theater.
That's
Yes.
true. That's true.
Intercession. I think that's the last thing.
Yes.
So we have an intercession day. We have intercession days planned.
Yes.
During intercession, what happens is the kids will be going through what we call an intensive. They're building bonding skills. They're building connection between each other, characters and things, trying different things. It's a time for us to keep getting work in while we have other kids and things like that, and get them an audience of sorts with other people other than us.
Yes.
We're going to praise them. We're going to shout them out and give them notes and things. But it'll be good to see kids give them feedback on their performances or how they're feeling about what was being put on.
Yes. But in order for that to happen, they need to be here.
Yeah.
So please send your kids to us during intercession weeks. We need them here.
We need them
We
here.
understand that for some students are invited to come and for some students it's optional. But
Right.
please ask them to come. We need that time with them. We need to get that work done and we need them here.
Yeah, because memorization is a big thing, and if they're not putting in the time, they lose it.
That's true.
Yeah, so we don't want them to lose it. We want to make sure that they're keeping up with that. So we ask that you allow them to come. A lot of the kids don't have mandatory intercession,
True.
but we ask that you allow them to come, and they all seem to be hype about it because they know that we're going to have a good time and snacks and all kinds of things. Bonding. Yeah.
Yes,
I
think that's
we
it.
have- yeah, I think that's it. I think we covered all of the logistics as of now. We'll be making sure to communicate and send you lovely letter updates. So that way you know exactly what's going on and why we're requesting so much time from your students.
Yes.
Yeah.
And any questions that you have, again, contact us through Google Classroom or our email. And we are here for you too.
Yeah, I'm excited. It's been a
did
great. Yeah, we got the. Yeah. Thank you so
Thank
much. We
you.
hope that you all have a great day.
Thank you.
Bye.